Okay, we're going to continue on with solving multi-step equations, doing worksheet number 2. So number 3 is the very first thing that we're going to talk about. So number 3, we're solving for the letter y. The negative 3 and the negative 6 are attached to the y. Which one do I get rid of first? Well, that's going to be the minus 6. So the opposite of minus is going to be positive 6 to both sides. So working from left to right, drop down the minus 3y. The 6's cancel out, and I'm left with negative 21. The negative 3 is attached to the y by multiplication, so we're going to divide both sides by negative 3. So y is equal to 21 divided by 3 is going to be a positive 7. Number 3 is done. Number 4. This is a fraction attached by multiplication to the x, so that means you're going to divide by a fraction. When you divide by a fraction, you're actually multiplying by its reciprocal. The negative has to go with either the top or the bottom. It doesn't matter. Just go ahead and make sure the fraction is negative. So the reciprocal of 7 over 2 is going to be negative 2 over 7 times negative 7 over 2 times x is equal to negative 14 times negative 2 over 7. Now, what your brain needs to see is that the 2's cancel out and the 7 cancels out, and the negatives cancel out to give you an x. A double negative creates a positive. Put this over 1. So you have 14 over 1 times 2 over 7. Then you are going to cross reduce. 14 divided by 7 is going to be a 2. 14 turns into 2, 7 turns into 1. So what you have remaining is 2 times 2, which is simply 4. Okay? Next is number 5. What should draw your eye is this double negative. A double negative turns into a positive, so you're going to just simply rewrite the problem. So now, if I'm rewriting the problem, do I get rid of the 2 or the 6 first? You are going to get rid of the 6 first. So this is the plus 6, so to get rid of it, you are going to subtract 6 from both sides, lining up your like terms. Working from left to right, I drop down the 2z. The 6's go away. 9 take away 6's, 3. I'm solving for z, so I'm going to divide both sides by 2. So z is equal to a 3 over 2. Next is going to be number 8. Now, you are going to pick of this fraction which one of this negative is going to go with. This negative has to go with either the top or the bottom. It is always easiest to put it with a number. So we are going to put it in the bottom. Now, I want to teach you to do this in a different way. Many of you are probably instinctively wanting to multiply both sides by negative 3. You would not be wrong. But I'm going to teach you to cross multiply because I have a fraction equaling a fraction. So we're going to take the top right and multiply across to give me 9x. We're going to take the bottom left and multiply straight on the diagonal, and that's going to give you a negative 12. So now, how do I get rid of the 9? You divide both sides by 9. And guess what? 12 and 9 are both divisible by 3, so negative 12 divided by 3 is going to be negative 4. 9 divided by 3 is going to be positive 3. Done. Okay, we're going to keep going. Turn it over. Number 12. Number 12, very first thing you see is this fraction. So what we're going to do is we're simply going to bring down the fraction, and we're going to make the 6 into a fraction by putting that over 1, and the 9 into a fraction by putting that over 1. And that's equal to negative 2y plus 13. Then we're going to distribute, marrying the tops and the bottoms by multiplication. 1 times 6 is 6y. 3 times 1 is 3. Go to the next one. 1 times 9 is going to be 9. 3 times 1 is going to be 3. Is equal to negative 2y plus 13. What is 6 divided by 3? 6 divided by 3 is a 2y. 9 divided by 3 is going to be a minus 3. Is equal to negative 2y plus 13. Okay? So now we have variables on both sides of the equation, so we need to go ahead and find the smaller variable. The smaller variable is going to be negative 2y. So how do I bring that negative 2y over to the other side? by adding 2y. So you were going to put them underneath their like terms, and you're going to add straight down. 2y and 2y is 4y. Drop down the minus 3, and this is going to equal 13. Again, we're solving for y. So how do I go about this? I'm going to add the 3 to both sides under its like term. So 4y is equal to 16. Divide by 4, and you're going to get y is equal to 4. The last problem I'm going to do with you is number 14. Number 14, the very first thing that you should notice is you have parentheses on the right-hand side. So I'm going to drop down the left, and I'm going to distribute. Negative 7 times negative 6 is a positive 42. Negative 7 times positive 8 is going to be a negative 56n. Drop down the 3. The next thing you should notice is that you have like terms on the right-hand side. 42 and 3 are like terms, so I need to go ahead and I need to combine those like terms. I'm just going to simply drop down the left-hand side, and I'm going to take 42 plus 3, which is 45. And I drop down the minus 56n. Okay, so now I have my variables on both sides, and I need to find the smaller variable. Which one's smaller, 5 or negative 56? Negative 56 is definitely smaller, so we are going to add 56 to both sides, 56n, and we're putting that underneath its like term. I'm going to add straight down, so negative 16, 5 and 56 is going to give you a 61n is equal to 45. The 56 cancel out. I'm still solving for n. So how do I get rid of the 16? It's negative right now. So to get rid of it, I am going to go ahead and add 16 to both sides. So I have 61n is equal to 61. Then I'm going to divide both sides by 61, so n is equal to 1. Please finish worksheet 2 for multi-step equations. If you have any questions, please let me know.